Let's see what happens. Game number 1 is on Ice Mines. We go back to the frozen domain, and I hope that Riddy and Wuffie have bought some very thick coats to deal with it here. Ice Mines is a polarizing map, wouldn't you agree, Tom?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you don't see it a lot, and it's often like spoken badly of. But I think the long, narrow style of play, like, it just mixes things up. I think it's going to give us something very fun to watch. Wow, very fast tank bans there. Squid Squad coming with the Ash, Orphic banning out the Willow, and then the Atlas, and Makoa's going there as well. I mean, after a game like we've just seen, I'm not at all surprised that Makoa gets banned again in this set as well.
Yeah, and I think just the very nature of Ice Mines, I think maybe the reason why it's so controversial as a map is just the play style that it has. This is a map that resolves so much around that initial point fight and then zoning out afterwards. I think I'm correct in saying that Ice Mines has, from spawn to the point, is the longest road in the game, for instance. Yes. So if you win that initial point fight and you set up you don't even have to zone up that far, you just set up on a little hill. Actually, where we're showing you here on the Ice Mines map screen, you kind of set up there, and it's like, well, how you're not going to get anywhere to point. Even if you do take out the zone, you're not getting towards it. But of course, champion picks coming through. Khan first pick over for Squid Squad. Furia and Barak locked in for Orphic Gaming. Inara and Drogos as well confirmed for Squid Squad, as we see these drafts starting to shape up. And Squid Squad, they do like their pick composition starting to appear here. Overpower, the Seismic Crash, and also that Dragon's Fury.
Absolutely, some very, very influential team fight changing ultimates being locked in there. Orphic Gaming now locking in the Fernando. Nice to see Fernando sort of reappearing a little bit more into the picks these days.
Yeah, and I think this is actually this is a good response into Drogos. Because Drogos, the Dragon's Fury ultimate, of course, is an instant kill when you connect it, and so having Fernando able to utilize the Immortal to keep people alive and even protect himself. This is on the most recent patch, so Fernando does get the buffs as well. He's got a reduced cooldown on his shield and a few changes to his loadout, so let's see how Orphic can make it work. But thing is, though, a Drogo's taken as your third pick means that you're going to get a bit of a response to it, and a Lian taken away, and again, another way of stopping an insta-kill with that Enlightenment.
Yeah, there we go. Squid Squad now bringing the Victor into the game. Another champion that we don't see a huge amount of. But with the background of some of their players, the Victor does not necessarily surprise me in this roster for Squid Squad.
Yeah. And in my opinion, it's actually a really good answer to Orphic Gaming, where you want to group up into the Immortal, and then all of a sudden Victor starting his home renovation and garage incoming, for instance, and you're all conveniently grouped up around Fernando's Immortal, so Victor can just wait for you there. The Grover is just going to really help Squid Squad really fight in the early game. So looking at these drafts, the Bonking coming through last pick, to me, this is a tale of, again, two very different team compositions that want to do different things. So Squid Squad, for example, this is a composition based purely on early game. These want to win. They're going to be strongest pre-10 minutes because those Grover heals are just going to keep everyone alive. The sheer damage that you can bring out from Victor and Drogos. And it's going to rely mainly on Orphic Gaming to get those credits and get those items on board, as they have a really good team fight combination. So if Squid Squad fail in getting an initial pick, Orphic Gaming, with the King Bomb, the Dome Shield, the In Flames from the Furia ult as well, this, it is tale of two different team comps.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm loving the Inara and the Grover picks on Ice Mines. Both able to take a very strong advantage of how narrow this map is in places. Inara with her walls going to be very, very, very good at just zoning out enemies. Grover's passive healing, his radius for that on Ice Mines basically just covers everywhere when you're pushing. So yeah, I think that's a strong Squid Squad composition here. But seeing like the synergy that we might get between, for instance, a Fernando and a Bonking working together, it's very exciting to see how these two teams are going to go up against each other here.
Indeed it shall. And we've had a very quick first semi-final set, and we're going to hope, of course, the Squid Squad and Orphic Gaming offer us a little bit more to dig our teeth into with the post-game breakdown. But of course, in order for us to have a post-game breakdown, we need to actually have a game.
Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, welcome to the second semi-finals of week number 2 here in the Magistrates Legacy League season number 3. It is Squid Squad versus Orphic Gaming. Let's go through to the rosters as we have a quick pause here. It is coming up on the side of Squid Squad on your blue side with Daniels playing the combustible Drogos. Then following up with Kartoffeltorte playing the Modest Gracinara. Nilopka still hasn't picked a talent as Nilopka is most likely still loading into game. But playing that Grover, Maxinski on the burst mode Victor, and finishing it up with Apache playing the Storm of Bullets Khan. Riddick, what is going on the side of Orphic?
Over on the red side, we have Neptune the Blue playing the Chain Reaction Bomb King. Going back old school here, formidable Fernando running with Andromeda is going to be on that pick. Tinker and Barrick, Dutch Knight, playing his comfort pick there. Maeve of Blades on the Eminence Leon, as we see quite often. And Chubby Plum on the Cherish Furia. Game is still paused.
Yeah, it seems that Nilopka is still loading in, but let's just discuss what we have open for us right here. We have a really strong composition, in my opinion, on both sides, but where I feel there's a more shining potential is actually over on Orphic, since they don't have a Drogos. The Drogos is a situational pick, to say the least, here on Ice Mines. It's a hit and miss. Sometimes you really can pull off a brilliant performance, and other times you will be shut down as easy as a fly getting swatted.
Unfortunately, that is generally the situation, and luckily Orphic managed to get Neptune the Blue on the Bomb King, a pick that he's well known for being comfortable. His obviously the ulterior, his main being Eevee, but very, very competent Bomb King, and Andromedas on this Fernando. Now, Fernando has unfortunately fallen out of the meta for a fair bit, but recently with his shield buffs coming back on the cooldowns, he's come back in a big way as a main tank, surprisingly, where previously he used to be a very aggressive one. So it's interesting to see how such a small, subtle change can like redefine the way a character is played and put them into somewhat of a different sub-role.
4 seconds left until we burst out of the doors and plays the second semi-finals here in MLL Season 3. Week number 2. I really do like Ice Mines as a map, and I do believe that there will be a lot of interesting plays going on here.
Neptune the Blue already doing his best to zone out all the way on the right-hand side, trying to down as much space as he can from Squid Squad. It looks like this Drogo is going to get pushed back. Daniels not really able to contest too far here. Just going to get revealed up all the way back in. Grumpy Bum's gonna find anyone too easily yet. Dodges both from the Inara side. No picks going either way. As the stalemate continues, Orphic Gaming looking to find this first pick. There's some health bars going pretty low. Bomb King looks like he might have gotten taken out, but just gets healed right back up. And we can just see the discipline of these two teams, not playing way too aggressively, respecting their opponents, playing to their strengths.
Especially when you consider that Orphic Gaming is like 5 relative veterans here in the Magistrates Legacy League. They pulled themselves together as a full squad and are now against the newcomers here in MLL, so they really have to respect the newcomers. They don't know what they have up their sleeves compared to the veterans, so of course they have to keep the distance, but it doesn't seem to be any distance here for the side of Squid Squad. They captured the payload in amazing fashion against Orphic Gaming.
Picks going up from the other side there. Caught on the Sonara, finds 2, and Apache's going to find just another one on the Chummy Plum, and it looks like Orphic Gaming get wiped out just here. They did try to disengage, they did try to back up, but unfortunately, the pressure and the speed of Squid Squad just coming in and wiping them not enough for that. Here we see the momentum buffs on Khan's Apache just flying off that mountain, repositioning himself really effectively, really utilizing the new buffs on Khan, making a much stronger pick. Is putting pressure on from an entirely different angle. Doesn't get focused down until a little bit too late. Fernando deciding, okay, that's enough of this. Wilgan gets popped to keep this fight out. Dragon Punch coming through here. Daniel's looking for some picks. We get all the ultimates coming out here. Enlightenment, Seismic Crash is going to be enough. Daniel's looking really low. Gets buffed up by that. Khan wants a little bit, but is going to get stunned out by the Grumpy Bomb. Apache going deep. Overpower fails to connect. Neptune laughing all the way back. He's pressured quite a bit. He's going to get back up there. And it looks like Orphic are going to stabilize here.
It's not surely set, because you might have taken down a few members of Squid Squad, but at the same time, this is only a short reset. Remember that there is a long way from the spawn to the other end of the map, and that is plenty of time for Squid Squad to group up again and take another 5-man fight. They don't have to be like carefully repositioning themselves. They just have to go back, and that's what they did. So they're ready for the next skirmish here on the mid side, getting Chubby Plum here very, very effectively.
Looks like Orphic are going to get beaten back, as the beautiful casters behind the desk, beautiful hosts behind the desk have said. This map is incredibly lengthy and does allow for good regroups. But remember, fights are decisive, as we see here. Maxinski finding another pick on Dutch Knight, and Orphic have to back up, but it's fine. They are playing the defensive. This is Ice Mines. They have plenty of time. Squid Squad have a long way to go, but they are going there very, very quickly. Khan already up in the face of Leon, not really serving his master anymore. Drogo's going to find that pick. Apache going to find that pick. Khan saying that he does no longer serve the scion of Haz Aiko. Either that or he's consistently apologizing for what he's just done.
There's only 11 seconds left for the side of Squid Squad, but they're still pushing. They are contesting the payload against Andromeus. He will not have any place here. Daniels might go down, but that doesn't matter. Look at Apache. Look at the beautiful Kartoffeltorte. Look at Nilapka. They're all alive and well, and that's a push successful for the blue squad. If we look at the net worth, it's pretty surely just a matter of going ahead. Like Nilapka right now at the highest net worth shows that there hasn't been a second where Nilapka hasn't been healing. Constant rotations, constant heals, constant point pressure. If we actually go towards the objective time, he's also the main tank of the team going on the point. And that's a smart idea. So you have the power of two off-tank main tanks. Like the Khan and the Inara can play around with the enemies, destroy the enemies, while Nilapka is capturing the point and healing everybody around them. Very, very nice choice and playstyle by Squid Squad.
Definitely. Ultimates are in favor of Orphic Gaming here, so we have to pay attention to see if they can use them and pull it away from this. Squid Squad waiting for that seismic crash coming through in flame. Dragon Punch looking for that Nando, trying to see if we can get that down there. No pick's gonna go down there just yet. Dragon Punch gonna get averted, but Andromedus is looking really low. Seismic Crash coming out, finds Andromedus, no shield for him. Is he gonna be able to get the Immortal? Yes, he is. Overpower coming out for the Khan's gonna finally on. There's not going to be too much here as Whirlwind comes out to keep this fight alive and secure the point for the side of Squid Squad. Of course, Apache coming in with a beautiful double kill at the end there, securing it on Dutch Knight and pushing Orphic all the way back. Maxinci with another double kill for Squid Squad.
Oh, that was really a tough stagger for the side of Orphic Gaming, especially losing their healer Furia in the fray. Chubby Plum going down as the last one with a heavy, heavy stagger. It's definitely not what Orphic Gaming wanted. But in this case, they shouldn't fret. They still have many options of gathering up credits and get back into the game. But that requires them to group up, and right now that doesn't seem to be their strategy.
As we have the time to wait for Orphic Gaming to group up and get back on this point, waiting for their Uber, we're going to see the Squid Squad once again. Apache pushing towards his left side, really favoring the oppressive angles he can take, trying to get on this high ground, making Orphic Gaming look in two directions right now, where they're already staggered, already pushing onto Chubby Plum. Furia has to back away here. Orphic Gaming have to answer, and remember, he's basically 1v4ing the members of Orphic at this point in time. Still finds a pick. Carthage, Andromedus is going to go down, and this con pressure, this ability for Apache to just walk up here and start making Orphic pay attention. And he's like, notice me, senpai. And Orphic are indeed noticing him, but maybe that's a little too late here already.
I mean, the damage output is just simply too much to handle from Squid Squad. Orphic does have the damage numbers in their favor when it comes to how much damage they can pull out, but that requires them to actually be able to get those picks, and Apache is the only one low over on the side of Squid Squad, and Enlightenment comes through from Maeve. It doesn't really get what he wanted, and that's pretty much a full-on team wipe. Once again, they're just whittling away, and Squid Squad take game number 1 against Orphic Gaming.